In a bunch of my previous videos, I've talked about exactly how I make profit trading and flipping skins. Well, today, instead of just talking about it, I'll actually be showing you exactly how I flip skins. I'll be going through step by step every little thing that I do when flipping skins, as well as explaining my thought process in real time so that you can do the same and potentially make some pretty good profits. So I mainly use CS Float when I'm flipping skins. It is just my favorite website and they have the lowest amount of fees. CS Float is basically like the buff 163, but for the rest of the world. There is a ton of listings on CS Float and their fees are actually not bad at all. It's actually only 2%. So what I do when I get on CS Float is actually really simple. This is the homepage right here, and basically what this page will show you is all of the most popular skins, pretty much the best deals currently. But as you can see here, a lot of these are actually auctions and we don't want to worry about any of that. And also at the same time, a lot of these skins are way too expensive. So what we want to do is come over here to the left hand side and we want to put in our price range. Now this is the most important thing right now. You need to find out what your price range would be. Obviously, I want a little bit more expensive skins because you make more profit on flipping more expensive skins, but I'm not going to go too crazy. So what I'll do is put from $50 to $100. Now I feel like this will give me a pretty good range. And then with these wear values down here, honestly, we want to really avoid well worn. So what you could do is put field tested, and then once field tested is selected, you can drag your slider all the way up to factory new and leave your other slider at field tested so that you're seeing factory new, minimal wear, and field tested skins. You just don't want to see well worn skins, and you pretty much never want to buy well worn skins because you will have a really hard time selling them. Although on the other hand, battle scarred skins are not actually that bad to get, so if you find a nice battle scarred skin that is worth flipping, it might be an okay idea to go for that. But in today's video, we're just gonna leave it out because it kind of just overcomplicates things for today's sake. And then the last thing that you want to do is go down here where it says listings and it'll say all, buy now, or auction. You just want to click buy now. We don't really want to see any auctions because we're trying to buy skins and flip them. We're not just trying to bet on auctions here. Now once we're on this page, this is pretty much all of the potential flips, and you might notice that my CS Flow looks a little bit different than yours. That is because I'm using an extension that I talked about in this video here. Definitely make sure to check that out because this extension will save you a ton of time. I won't be going too in depth about it in today's video just because it would take me so long, but definitely check out that other video. This extension will definitely come in clutch. And you kind of just want to look through all of these skins and find any skins that look like they are good deals. What you could do actually is go up here and select highest discount. Now this really didn't do too much for us. All of the skins that we're seeing here are actually overpriced except for a couple of them, like this op snake camo for example. This seems to not be overpriced, but the problem with this skin, why I would never buy this skin to flip it, is because it is super illiquid. Basically what I mean by that is it is not very popular and it barely ever sells. So if I bought this skin, even though it is a pretty decent deal, it would end up sitting in my inventory for months. And the reason why is because if we look down here, we can see that it looks like it sells pretty frequently. 17 hours ago, 4 days ago, 7 days ago, and 2 weeks ago. That's not the worst thing in the world until you take into consideration that most of the recent sales are honestly because stickers. As you can see here, the most recent sale 17 hours ago sold because it had a Hellraiser holo on it, which is an $8,000 sticker. This one right here also had stickers on it, and of course this one here had Dignitas holos on them and also an I Buy Power sticker. So this would not be a good skin to flip, even though it looks like it is for a fair price. It is not, because it does not have any stickers on it. It will take a really long time to sell. Now this Galil AR Eco here is a different story. When we click on this, we can see that the extension says it's $13 off, which is pretty good, although the extension is not always correct. But it does seem like this skin is a pretty decent deal. As you can see here, one sold for a little bit more expensive than this not too long ago, just 6 hours ago, and 2 days ago one actually sold for around $78, which is $6 more than we can get this one for. As we can see here, 78 again, 73, which is pretty much the same price, and then 92. I'm not sure why this one sold for 92. The float isn't particularly good and the stickers on it also aren't particularly good, but this could potentially be a pretty decent skin to flip. And also guys, of course you can do this same exact method with lower budgets. I'm just doing it with this budget because this is the budget that I normally use. Now I'm not balling, I'm not rich, I don't buy like 10 $100 skins every single day. I pretty much just buy like 5 $100 skins a week and then I flip them. And obviously if you're doing this with a lower budget, you could buy a ton of different skins and flip them and pretty much make similar profit to me, just it would take more effort to do so. You'd have to buy more skins to make the same amount of profit, but you can absolutely do so. And there is a second method that I've actually started to like a little bit more recently. It's actually kind of OP compared to this method, and I'll be showing you guys everything about that after a quick word from today's sponsor, which is Pirate Swap. Pirate Swap is a CS2 trading and instant sell website where you can trade your skins for others or instantly and safely sell them for real money. With Pirate Swap, there's no waiting for listings to sell because you just sell your skins directly to Pirate Swap and get the money instantly without having to wait. And also, using code DNBCS when depositing gives you up to a 35% deposit bonus, which is really nice if you're trying to build your dream inventory. Pirate Swap is also trusted by influencers in over 20 countries worldwide. So if you want to try out Pirate Swap, then please do so from the link in the description and the pinned comment below. And big thanks to Pirate Swap for sponsoring this video. Trade your CS2 skins seamlessly and with low fees at pirateswap.com with promo code DNBCS or from the link in the description below. The second method is looking at newly listed skins. Now this is really OP because a lot of the times whenever there are good deals, it is on newly listed skins. That's why they sell quickly. So what you want to do to see the newest skins that were listed on the site is go up here to where it says best deals up on the corner and select newest. And if you have this extension, you can go here and basically check this box and make this page automatically refresh every 30 seconds. This is really OP, and I definitely recommend checking out the video in the description and downloading this extension because it will help you a lot. I'm not just trying to shamelessly plug my video here, I just don't want to make this video 2 hours long, and this extension really will help you. I'm not kidding around. But what you want to do is just look at the newest listings and always refresh the newest listings. Basically just sit here and watch it until you see a good deal. This skin, for example, looks like it would be a pretty good deal, but it wouldn't. If you bought it for this much, you would pretty much be able to sell it for this much, if not 15 cents more, and that doesn't make up for the fees. So what you want to do is look for skins that are on a pretty big discount. So after looking for a little bit and refreshing, I found this skin right here, and this is actually a really good lesson. As you can see, it says it is $11 off or 90% of its actual price, and that looks like really good news. Now you may just want to buy this skin and say, oh my gosh, I can make $11 on it, but I would advise against doing that because if we open up this listing and we look at the latest sales, we can see that this knife almost never sells because it is on a falchion knife, which is not very sought after. It is a boreal forest finish, which again is even more not sought after, and on top of all of that, it is StatTrak, which StatTrak knives are really hard to sell. It makes it to where this knife almost never sells. As you can see, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, 2 months ago, and 6 months ago, if you bought this knife, you would be sitting on it for months before you can sell it, unless you sell it for a huge loss. And as you can see here, these two sales are blue, and there's a reason why they are blue. It's because these two sales here are this exact knife. So the only StatTrak falchion knife boreal forest that have been sold are this exact one. These knives almost never sell, so I would highly advise against buying this knife, and this is a really good lesson to learn. If something looks too good to be true, it probably is. As you can see here, $11 off, that's pretty nice. You could probably flip this and make $11 until you look into it a little bit more and you find out that if you buy this knife, you will never be able to sell it for a profit. But this knife, on the other hand, would actually be a pretty decent flip, especially if you can bargain and get a couple dollars off. Now, this knife is already about $3.50 off, so you can get it for 98%. Actually, this is more like 99%, and it is a little bit more expensive, but as I said before, if you just spend some more time, you can find good deals like this for cheaper items. And And what I would do here is I would actually bargain on this item, but what I would do is not bargain the minimum offer. A minimum offer is never going to get accepted. So what I would do is put like 343.45. Now what this does is it takes only $3 off of the total, which makes it more likely that the person selling this knife is actually going to accept your bargain. And then in that case, you can get the knife for $6 off and flip it. So it would actually be a pretty decent flip right here. It's not the best because after fees and all of that, you would make about $2, but this is just the best example I could find right now. And if you look at the latest sales, this knife sells like hotcakes. It is selling all of the time. 7 hours, 12 hours, 1 day ago, 1 day ago. Pretty much 4 of these knives sell a day, which is huge. And we can actually look at some of my flips here so I can show you guys exactly how I do it. So with these Moto Gloves blood pressure, I bought these for $158.32. Now I knew that this would be a really good flip because not only did I get it for about $7 off or 95%, but if you look at the latest sales, these sell a lot. And when I sold these gloves, I actually ended up selling them for around $172, which is pretty decent profit. Obviously minus the 2% fees that CS Flow takes, but it is still good profit. And another really great example is this flip right here. And obviously, again, this is a pretty expensive item. This is around a $800 item, which I know that most people flipping don't have $800. But again, you don't need this much money to actually flip. It's just that if you do have this much money, you can make more off of each flip. This is why putting more money into it will get you more money out of it. And unfortunately, that's just the way that it works. But as we can see, I actually bought this knife for $762, I would say. That rounds up to $762. And I ended up selling it for $844, which is a massive profit. I mean, this is just kind of unbelievable. This might be one of my biggest flips. I made a ton of profit from this flip in particular, and this is one that I'm definitely proud of. And there is nothing stopping you from doing this exact same thing. I bought this knife and I held on to it for about a month, and then I resold it for this much money. So again, this is something that you can absolutely do to make some money off of selling CS skins. If you guys enjoyed this video or it helped you out at all, or if you learned anything from it, please definitely make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below. The more that you interact with this video, the more that YouTube actually shows it to other people. So if this video helped you, liking it and commenting on it will help this video help other people. And definitely make sure to turn on bell notifications so that you never miss another video like this. I upload like 3 or 4 times a week, and if this video was helpful to you, then you definitely don't want to miss any other videos that I post, because they for sure will be more or equally as helpful as this one. By the way guys, we now have a Discord where I am doing a ton of giveaways. The most recent giveaway winner was actually just picked last week, and I will be doing a new giveaway next week. So if that is something that you are interested in, definitely make sure to join. The link will be down in the description below. It is also just a really cool place to hang out and talk with like-minded people, and also stay in the know about news relating to CS2, as I post most of the stuff that I make videos about in the Discord beforehand. Also, YouTube tells me that up to 90% of people watching this video right now are not subscribed. So if you just checked and you aren't, please make sure to hit that sub button and click the bell so that you never miss another upload. Thank you guys so much for watching to the end of the video. It really means the world to me, and I'll see you in the next one.